Good day everyone, welcome to another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalikon Israel, your Prepclass tutor, and I am super excited to have you join me in today's session of learning. Now in today's session, we will be answering questions from the WAEC English 2020 past question 51 to question 55. Remember, the purpose of this session is to help you prepare for your forthcoming WAEC examination. So, without wasting much time, before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Alright, let's move on into the business of the day. Question 51. Now we have an instruction on the screen. The instruction reads, from the word or group of words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. From the word or group of words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. Question 51 reads, Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher, dash. A. Should she? B. Didn't she? C. Did she? D. Could she? So, which of these options will best complete this sentence? Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher. Now, looking at this question is based on tag questions. To answer tag questions, the following rules are very important. To answer tag questions, the following rules are very important. Now, number one, a positive statement must have a negative response and vice versa. That is, a positive statement must have a negative response and a negative statement must have a positive statement. So, how do we differentiate a positive statement from a negative statement? Now, a positive statement would be without not or nt in its construction, while a negative statement would come with not or nt in its construction. So, whenever we have not or nt in the construction of a sentence, it is a negative statement. But when we do not have not or nt in the construction of a sentence, it is a positive statement. So, a positive statement must have a negative response and a negative statement must have a positive response. Second rule, an auxiliary verb any auxiliary verb used in the question must be repeated in the answer in the appropriate form. Rule number 2, any auxiliary verb used in the question must be repeated in the answer in the appropriate form. That is to say, if the auxiliary used in the sentence is in the positive, it will come in the negative in the response. If the auxiliary verb in the statement is negative, it must come in the positive in the response. How do we differentiate a positive auxiliary and a negative auxiliary? A positive auxiliary verb is an auxiliary verb without not or nt. A negative auxiliary verb is an auxiliary verb with not or nt. So I'll go over the rules again. Number 1, a positive statement must have a negative response and vice versa. Number 2, any auxiliary verb used in the question must be repeated in the answer in the appropriate form. Now, looking at this question, question 51, Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher. Now, the statement is a negative statement because we have nt in the construction of the statement. Now, rule 2 states that the auxiliary verb must be repeated in the appropriate form in the response. Now, looking at the auxiliary verb in this sentence, which is shouldn't, it comes in the negative, so it must be repeated in the positive in the response. So going by these rules, the answer to this question is option A. Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher, should she? Now, should she is a positive response. Remember, the statement is a negative statement because of the nt. And looking at the auxiliary verb should, it comes in the negative in the statement, shouldn't. So it is coming as the positive in the response, should. Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher, should she? Alright, moving on to the next question, question 52. Remember, we had selected the option that best completes this sentence. Question 52 reads, she wondered if the water was not dash hot for drinking. A. She wondered if the water was not very hot for drinking. B. She wondered if the water was not so hot for drinking. C. She wondered if the water was not much hot for drinking. D. She wondered if the water was not too hot for drinking. Now, looking at these options, option C is not a possible answer to this question. She wondered if the water was not much hot for drinking. That is a wrong construction. So the answer to this question is between options A, B, and D. So which of these options is the best to complete this sentence? Now, very as an adverb, very is used to strengthen the meaning of an adjective or an adverb. The adjective or adverb that very emphasizes can be followed by a noun. Example, it was a very sunny day. Now we have very modifying the adjective sunny, and sunny is followed by a noun, day. Now, so is also used as an adverb which emphasizes an adjective or an adverb to a higher degree than very. Now, when you use so, you want to express something that very cannot actually express best for you. I am so happy with you. It is different from I am very happy with you. There's a higher degree of happiness when you use so. And so is never followed by a noun. Example, I was so angry with my sister. Now, to is used as an intensifying adverb that means more than it should be. To is used as an intensifying adverb that means more than it should be. It is always used in a negative sense. To is also never followed directly by a noun. Now, our focus here is where we have to is used as an intensifying adverb that means more than it should be. Now, we are thinking that this person here actually wanted to drink hot water. But now, the hot water is too hot for drinking. It is hot more than it should be. It is hot more than it should be. So, to is the best answer to fill this blank space. She wondered if the water was not too hot for drinking. She actually wanted to drink hot water, but she is not sure if the water is too hot. That is, if it is not more than it should be. So the answer to this question is option D. She wondered if the water was not too hot for drinking. It is not A. She wondered if the water was not very hot for drinking. B. She wondered if the water was not so hot for drinking. The answer is option D. She wondered if the water was not too hot for drinking. Remember, we said that to is always used or is mostly used in the negative. Now, taking a water that is too hot is actually what? Negative. That's a negative effect on the body. Okay, moving on to the next question, question 53. Remember, we had selected the option that best completes this sentence. Question 53 reads, I told him not to play dash fire. A. I told him not to play on fire. B. I told him not to play with fire. C. I told him not to play beneath fire. D. I told him not to play upon fire. Now, the answer to this question is option B. I told him not to play with fire. To play with fire has a literal meaning and a figurative meaning. That is, it has an ordinary meaning and a figurative meaning. Now, literally, playing with fire means like playing with fire, like when you ignite a match or trying to put on a stove or a gas. And when you try to put on a stove or a gas cooker and you start playing with the flames, now it is dangerous to play with fire. That is, it literally means playing with fire. Now, figuratively, it means doing something dangerous. Doing something dangerous that may result in great harm or cause problems. So, I told him not to play with fire. That is the answer to this question. The answer is option B. I told him not to play with fire. It is not option A. I told him not to play on fire. It is not option C. I told him not to play beneath fire. It is not option D. I told him not to play upon fire. The correct answer to this question is option B. I told him not to play with fire. Now, playing with fire is an idiomatic expression that means doing something that is dangerous. So, the answer is option B. Okay, moving on to the next question, question 54. Remember, we had selected the option that best completes this sentence. Question 54 reads, we enjoyed ourselves dash much at the party. We enjoyed ourselves dash much at the party. A. We enjoyed ourselves too much at the party. B. We enjoyed ourselves that much at the party. C. we enjoyed ourselves as much at the party. D, we enjoyed ourselves very much at the party. Now, looking at the options we have, option B and option C are not possible answers to this question. The answer to this question is between option A and D. So, which of these two options is the best to complete this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is very. We enjoyed ourselves very much at the party. Now, very means a lot. We enjoyed ourselves a lot at the party. We enjoyed ourselves very much at the party. Now, two means more than enough. Now, using two is not appropriate because we cannot actually say we enjoyed ourselves more than enough, but we can actually say we enjoyed ourselves a lot. Remember, very means a lot. Two is mostly used to show excesses. It sometimes implies negativity. There is a difference between is very gentle and is too gentle. Two shows excesses. Very is enough. It is moderate. It is very gentle. It is gentle to a moderate level. But when you say he is too gentle, he is over gentle. Like he cannot even stand up for himself when he needs to. Two means more than enough. It shows excesses. It implies negativity. So very is the best answer to complete this sentence. Remember, very means a lot. We enjoyed ourselves very much at the party. We enjoyed ourselves a lot at the party. Okay, the answer to this question is option D. We enjoyed ourselves very much at the party. Moving on to the next question, question 55. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes this sentence. Question 55 reads, you will need to commit the formula dash memory. A, you will need to commit the formula to memory. B, you will need to commit the formula in memory. C, you will need to commit the formula for memory. D, you will need to commit the formula by memory. Now, the answer to this question is option A, 2. You will need to commit the formula to memory. Now, to commit to memory means to make an effort to learn something, to memorize something. This sentence implies that the person in question needs to make efforts to memorize the formula. So the answer to this question is option A. You will need to commit the formula to memory. The answer is option A, 2. Okay, and with that we've come to the end of this wonderful session. Please do not forget to join us on WhatsApp. We are very much active on WhatsApp. Check for the link to our WhatsApp group in the description of this video and we will be excited to connect with you. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification. Do not forget to like this video, drop your questions in the comment section. Do not forget to share with your friends and loved ones. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.